are live here on Time to Tabletop. We're going to do some new trippers. Got my daughter running around with a little camera. So cool. But yeah, welcome back. We've only been gone for a week this time. Woo!
A regular week.
Yeah, a real week.
Just a regular week.
We are missing our Trillion tonight. She had some other things that need to take her away. But she should be back next week, if I'm not mistaken. Just a couple of things that want to go through. We didn't mention our new follower that happened, I think, during our last show or something. Richard McSunday. I did not.
Richard McSunday.
Right? How cool is that?
So cool.
Richard McSunday. I was like,
And
there's a couple of followers. The last 3 followers have been pretty cool, like Dragondemic, and the one before that was Little Red Dot. Must play an assassin.
Fatty McButterpants.
That character's been worn out. So, this camera angle, man, my head looks huge.
Bodie McBoatface.
And then they're like, no, we're not going to name it that.
Yeah,
Why do you have to do it, you
Why did you
jerk?
mention it?
Jeez.
So we'll go through our announcements. If the audio doesn't sound well, tell us, because I'll run it from here. But thanks for joining us. If you join us now or on VOD or whenever you're joining us, thank you so much. It means the world to us. So we just want to go through some of our promos. When we have, I didn't write anything down for my announcements, so I'm just going to wing it. I think it's better that way. I just screwed up and forgot to print it out. But our sponsors, of course, Arc Knights. We did just give away another downloadable package on our Tuesday night show. And I think it was Rat Stream something. I'm sorry. I wrote it down. I don't know who you are. But I sent you a message. We love you. Love you very much. Thank you so much. But thanks for doing all that stuff for us. So I'm told the sound is peaking, and I know my lovely producer will come over and maybe adjust that for me. That'd be great.
He's
So-
a real MVP, Sarah.
And I will sit back maybe from the mic or something. I don't know how to hear it.
Oh, what a trooper.
I turned down the gain on the room mic. I have this issue on Tuesday night too. We'll upgrade our equipment someday. I promise. We're doing the best we can with what we have. But yeah, we really want Arc Knight. We did give away a package. We want to hear from you. We really do, because we want to send this out to you. It's a pretty cool downloadable package. It's worth like $30 worth of downloadable tokens and stuff like that. And we want to give it out to you. We do have other giveaways, of course. We have giveaways from our Original Gamer apparel, where you can get literally a free t-shirt or hat or something that's all RPG or nerd-based and all geeky and stuff like that. So, that, and also, you hear the equipment that we're running through. We're running through Ambient Realms is helping us out. Something really cool about Ambient Realms right now, they are, well, his name's Mark, but they, as a company, are working on a full soundtrack right now for a movie. And the movie, they're going to be down in LA first week of October to kind of promote it. And the movie's called Rideshare. It's kind of a thriller. It's kind of about, I think it's about dying in an Uber, something like that. It's a thriller like that. Uber,
exciting.
yeah. But he's doing the whole soundtrack to it. One of our sponsors is doing the full soundtrack to that movie. So he's a little unavailable when it comes to some of the awesomeness for new sounds, but he's building sweet new sounds for a whole stinking movie. So how freaking cool is that? So that's one of our other sponsors there. So many more sponsors that we're working on for equipment and those kind of things, but I digress. We will go on to announcements. Yes, we are in full force again since I'm back in town. Everybody's kind of back in town, at least for this week.
They're in town, just not here.
Just not in your town.
They're getting closer.
But turn it on, and I will be right in your living room, non-creepy style. But so next week, I think we have a full schedule. Next week we have, Tuesday, Wednesday, Thursday, full on. Because I think, well, hold on. No, we will be on air. We won't be live on Wednesday, but we definitely have some original content that's been recorded. So it will be new content. Just on Wednesday, it won't be live for our Adrenochrome. So next week, Tuesday, Infinity Tower. Got to check that out. I mean, we are on like episode, I think, 35 now. I mean, that baby's been going on for a while. That's the pinnacle of the channel. So pretty sweet. And then Wednesday, we're gonna have some. It's Adrenochrome, but I know that they're going to play Legacy. They've already played it and they recorded it. So it's the Pandemic Legacy. So you'll be watching that. I will put that up on a broadcast for you. And then again, we'll be back next Thursday. I think everybody's here for next Thursday. Pretty positive. I'm working on a calendar, Screw's kind of lazy. He doesn't do a lot. So I gotta click more buttons. So, we'll be back for that next week. Personal commitments for me. I have been blogging pretty religiously every Friday about the show. So if you guys want to check it out, and it has nothing to do with, if you want to check out the blog that I've been writing every single Friday right after the show, it's got nothing to do with the storyline. It has all to do with the experience. It's just random crap. No, it has to do with my personal experience as what I found, GMing during that session, and the new stuff that I learned, and some of the things, the tricks that I've learned before, and new stuff that I'm learning every time with new players. So check it out if you like. If it helps you, cool. If it doesn't, don't tell me about it. So without further ado, we can go into what we're doing here. Anybody have anything they've been up to in the last week? Or 2 weeks, or just forgot to mention it? I know we've got some stuff going on. Everybody says they don't, and then when I get to talking to them, it's like, that's super cool. So let's be real. Anybody have any announcements? Anything that they want to bring to the table or let anybody know?
I wish I wasn't this boring.
You're,
But really, though.
people, that's a funny thing that I found. Just my personal viewpoint is the people that feel that they're boring, they normally aren't. It's the people that think they're super adventurous and exciting.
Yeah.
They're usually the lame ones.
Right.
It was just weird.
Because they do something remotely exciting compared with their
They,
normal lives. And
they're doing a pissing contest,
Yeah.
right? Oh, but I did that last week. Whoa, I've been there.
I do that every Thursday.
What do you got going on? I know you're
I've been
knee
doing
deep
it.
in some Flash stuff.
Well, yeah, I've been going to school. So 4 classes across 3 different schools.
That's fun.
The hard ones are the fun ones, and they're the ones that are most annoying from a technology standpoint because of how they are put together, and just the way stuff is communicated is spread out in multiple different. This PDF, and then there's this website, and you click on this link, and then there's a PDF there, and that tells you half the stuff. And, it's so microbiology and anatomy, and those are done through Johns Hopkins, but they're virtual labs, so it's all through the browser. The anatomy one is actually pretty decent. It could be better, but it's a little clunky, but it works. The one for microbiology is just awful. It's done using Adobe Flash.
Everybody,
I have
go.
I have a fast computer, and it chokes on that frickin' website. I spend more time trying to get, like the little stirring rod in the right spot so that it does the thing it's supposed to do, and then I'm like, for an hour, I'm like, how about here? No. How about here? No. How about here? No. How about here? Yes. Yes! How did I do that? I don't know. I think you do that 4 more times and it doesn't work. So that's been fun.
I think, how about this? Maybe we should coin the phrase, go choke on Adobe Flash.
Go choke on. Yeah.
Go choke on Flash.
Go choke on Adobe.
I mean, I love Adobe. 90% of what they put out there. Flash.
I've seen enough of their code from, or I mean, I guess personally I haven't seen it, but I have friends who work with Adobe through Intel back in the day to optimize some of their applications for processors and whatnot, and not very good things. I'll just say that.
I think
that was a while ago, so I think they have really good software, but I think it's very bloated. And if anybody's ever used Adobe FrameMaker,
I haven't. I haven't.
It's like, unfortunately, it's a standard tech writing application, and it's just written awfully. It was written for Unix, not Linux. Unix. That's how long it's been around, and they've never rewritten it to be. I think
it's just as a personal opinion. When people do when they've had but something that's been around for a long time, they're not willing to let go of it quick enough.
Yeah.
I mean,
for as much as they charge you for it, though.
Yeah.
You think, all right, you can hire like 5 guys, 5 women, 5 whatevers. I don't care. Fix it. Make it better.
Just fix it. So,
that's all I got.
We could delve into software opportunities all day long. I know Brandon probably has opinions on most of this stuff. What about you, Ryza? How's Westworld doing?
I watched Westworld a long time ago, but
Okay.
I just suck at watching shows. Oh my god, I started season 7. I'm still halfway through the first. I sit down and I'm like, all right, I'm gonna watch this, and then I fall asleep.
Oh, well, that's the worst because I do it all the time.
Yeah, so I'm just not good at watching shows.
Not even funny. I do it all the time.
I've just been playing soccer and working.
Yeah, same here. I mean, let's be real. I mean, I've been working.
I made a batch file that opens itself until your computer can't run anymore, but that's about it.
So you
that's pretty fucked up.
Did a DOS attack on yourself?
Yeah.
and scene. Right? I mean, I think I've done that not on purpose. You create that redundant loop, and you're like, oh, that was supposed to go somewhere else. I've done that. I've done that quite a few times. But yeah. So now that we're back in the saddle, I'd like to still working on the blog thing, guys. I love you, and I want you to type more about it. So if anybody wants to help out with putting that up there, anybody in the community, that'd be great too.
Where is it?
It's on Blogger.
Blogger.
Yeah, and I built everybody's character has an actual blog site. But just so you can just write as your character all you want. But it just needs some fine tuning.
You just type to tabletop Blogger?
It's I will get back to you on that. I'm gonna put a pin in that. Too many corporate meetings. We're gonna put a pin in that, and then you write it on the dry erase board, and you talk about it at the end of the meeting.
And you never talk with people.
No, and then you don't. It's like they call it put a pin in it or put it in the parking lot. I was like, what the hell does that mean? This corporate meetings.
What parking lot are
I
you
don't
parking
know.
in?
Attend a corporate meeting and you will hear those weird, I don't know. What are they called? Euphemisms? I don't know what they're called. No, I'll get back to you on that because my blog spot is Guiding New Trippers is the blog for mine. And then I think I have, I think your character name is what it is. I just have to get it put out there. But I don't want it to, I want it to look good. So let's get on with it. Let us get into the gaming kind of stuff. Yes? Is everybody excited about that?
Whee!
Super excited, right? All right. So since we're super excited about that, what we'll do is we'll watch our 11-second promo deal that our missing Trillion is not here tonight. So let the adulting commence. And I don't even know what I'm clicking right now. Oh my god, help me out.
Okay, can you not right now? Why
So there are little goodies being delivered. So while that's happening, we are going into our video. You can't watch this. It's very sinful and it's rated X. So we'll be back. Oh my goodness, we just...
Unreal.
You should have seen what happened when we were not on there. Yes. So our lovely producer slash wife slash creator and awesomeness of everything delivered a shot of ice cream and some oat lava cake. So I think
lava
she's...
cake and a shot. I'm like, fuck yeah. Ice cream shot is just as good though.
I'm telling you.
Oh, there's one here.
Solid? All right. And then my son was like helping her deliver the goodies. That's something else, man. So
Well, we were gonna start.
while
playing
that's
a
all
game.
happening, I don't have much to say now that everybody's gonna have their mouth full.
That's not right.
I even made myself a binder, and I've been trying to stay a little organized.
Did you go to Target lately?
No.
All the back to school stuff on sale?
You get
Oh my god, I destroyed my wallet.
Does anybody watch Kevin Hart at all?
Yeah.
You ever watch any of his comedy stuff? Okay. The way my bank account works is I have to have money in it before I spend money on my card. So coming back from Europe, coming back from Ireland and Scotland, my bank account is not working right now. It's just kind of sitting there, not doing anything. And you want to pay a bill? Sure. Not with this account.
Yeah.
So, yeah, I was like, I was on Staples today because I ordered like $5 worth of copies because it's literally, I don't work for Staples. Staples is not my favorite company in the world at all, but it is cheaper to have a print job created at Staples online than print it at your house. Mm-hmm. Realistically,
Like an ink cartridge costs how much nowadays?
like $30.
Yeah, and
Right?
it lasts you maybe a month.
Mm-hmm. So if you want to make, because
that's what I've been doing lately. I've been going to the FedEx Kinko's place.
Because being a backer of Open Legend, here's our shameless plug, Open Legend RPG, which they haven't shipped out the books yet, but they are going to. They went to the printer like last week.
Ooh.
Super pumped. But the version that's out right now, I don't know if you can see on camera.
That's a really nice binder.
But the binder, I got it at Staples.
Did it come with a stapler?
No, I'm out of Staples. Don't get me started. I'm literally out of Staples. But this to print all of this whole book and put it in there was like $12.
Mm-hmm.
Every single page on here. It's $12 for like 140 some pages. So I'm like, I would have to get a new black cartridge halfway through that print. So that's the way I look at it.
I've got a laser printer that's just as black and white.
See,
Real
it's,
quick.
the print is an investment,
Oh, he did.
but
Well, yeah. I mean,
Once
I
you got it,
McCoy.
it's like $200,
But it's worth it.
And it's a brother. Yeah,
a brother.
and I mean, I've had this.
Yes.
It's like
Dude, you got Sky. Sky's legit. I got
30,000 prints
McCoy is like my favorite. So I'm pretty excited.
in one toner cartridge.
Talking
See,
about
I love laser printers. And now we're talking
I mean,
about
that's-
nothing new troopers again. So we're
Reams of paper.
so bad.
I'm gonna off track this again. I got fucking McCoy. Where did you get these shot glasses? Because I want them. Yeah, he got Scotty.
Those are the only two left.
Did you get? Yeah.
His might be clear. Oh, what's your say?
The Sam Chase.
The Sam Chase, one of my favorite bands out of San
Rock
Francisco.
Bottom, never felt so good.
Yes, Sam Chase, one of my favorite bands out of San Francisco, rockabilly kind of rail car song. But there's only 2 of the Star Trek ones left because there was 4, and the other 2 just washed right off.
Oh.
So I had a Spock.
You had a Spock and Kirk, right?
Yep.
That makes sense. Fuck yeah, McCoy.
No, I'm telling
sorry,
you.
I got so excited. I love McCoy.
I'm telling you, those are my favorite shot glasses. But I bought them at. I found them at. If I'm not mistaken, it was at Ross.
Dude, why does Ross have like the coolest shit?
You just
sometimes?
look in their back section every time you go to Ross, and you'll find something stupid cool.
I found like Star.
Stupid cool.
What was it? No, like Spider-Man shot glasses. I'm not the biggest fan of Spider-Man, but I was just like, it's fucking
A
awesome.
set of 4 was like, I think it was like $3.
Yeah.
I found like a size 22 shoe at Ross. I was.
Oh hell yeah, dude!
You see what I'm
I was
saying?
like
We can
this.
all fit in the
All right. So we're gonna do some new tripper stuff.
What?
All right. So I want to do a little bit of a recap because we had some things go on, and I know we took a few weeks off, and then last week we kind of went into a battle for the saving of Deu. Anybody
Gotta run.
have anything they want to discuss? I printed it out. There it is. Okay. Oh, and if it's in my blog, because I've said it I think 3 times in my blog. If you're a GM or if you're a player, take notes, because every time that I feel like I'm lost as a GM is when I forgot to write it down. That's when I was like, oh, you did what?
There's no carrots.
So
No carrots.
thank God we're on video so I can rewatch it. But
What did I say?
yeah, and then after rewinding, I was like, that's not what I said. Oh yeah, you did.
Oh, yeah.
So, anybody want to start off with a little bit of a recap?
You kill people.
Here we go. Oh, I set up a document to take notes. I did not take notes.
I did too, but I just
I'm
put a YouTube
really-
link in it.
I'm really bad at
That's
taking
my.
notes.
That, I do that so often. I was like, oh, look at that later. Later never
Wait, we're gonna-
comes.
Yep.
We're doing stones.
We should do that, right? And levels.
I forgot.
Oh yeah, we
I love
forgot
it.
to do that, like,
I want you guys to
100 times.
encourage. I want to encourage you guys to keep Scooter on track, because if anybody in this group is ADD, it's me. That's why I have to write down everything, and I don't write down anything because I hate to write, but yet I want to write a book. That, I think that is the core of ADD right there. So, anybody?
I'll go. So, Kragar went from the episode, not last week, but the time before that. Kragar was kind of scoping out some of the other locations or other competitors to Harpo, because nobody likes Harpo. So, being the somewhat underground thievy type person that I am, I wanted to see, okay, well, if I don't like him, then who would my allies be if I wanted to do something unpleasant to this person? So I found a bar and went in and started talking to the bartender, who's some sort of android, robotic type of guy. I got a job, which basically was a contract, and then so that was like at the end of that episode, at the start of last week, I kept talking to him and wanted to find out what he knew about these trippers, and because I've been hearing that term a lot, and it was all very new to me, and there seemed to be this kind of weird reaction when people mentioned it, and he basically said, well, yeah, they're kind of responsible for the death of millions of people, but also, for saving, many millions more. Something about they're contracted to fix moments, fix time screw-ups, basically like Quantum Leap, although he didn't say that. In the meantime, everybody, the rest of the party got summoned to, I don't remember what the main area was called, but on their little data pads they said, you need to go over here right away. So everybody headed over there, but I didn't have one, so I was just kind of like, I head back to the place where all our weapons were being refined, and they're like, dude, where you been? What? And so they give me a pad and send me on my way, and then I go and try to link up with the other guys. And when I get there, the door's shut, and apparently there was already some sort of battle happening inside between my friends and guards, who are these Asrai types. So I'll hand it off to people who were in the room
At that moment, at that very moment, and as I I wanted to interject just real quick. Griff has leveled, not XP'd, but leveled. Okay, I'm just saying this is your 12th episode, so you have 3 XP, which pulls you up a full level. So I want to put that on your plate for thought. Oh yeah, we need to push that. So, way to go, Griff. I mean, I don't know how he got here this time. I think he walked like 87 miles just to show up for this. So let's remember that. But I didn't want to take away from that. But I would when I was doing the stats, and I was like, oh, okay. So, and once we go through this here, we'll go ahead and do the little frozen pea. Here, I know it sounds, but I don't know if they come off on camera very well.
Frozen pea?
But they look like little drops of frozen pea.
To Twitch?
That's what they're yellow little markers that I bought at one of our local stores. But we want to give away those Peebles. So I didn't want to distract too much, but we want to get back to that once we get our recap done. So you entered the room. There's some strange Asrai battle going on, and who's there?
I disappointed someone, and I killed them. It was great.
Disappointed someone.
I disappointed someone. I gave someone hope. I disappointed them, and immediately after shot them. So it was perfect. And
it was poetic.
The room smelled terrible. So that's what and what's his name again? Dave.
Yeah, it was. That was a poetic moment to me.
It was very poetic.
What do you choose to do? Oh, I shoot. If you missed that, anybody that's watching this episode, please watch the last episode. At least that. I think it was only like a 5-minute segment, but that was pretty funny. There's so many funny points last week, but I forgot. I honestly remember, but
Are you saying
that brought it to light.
Or because you're lying?
I'm lying. Okay.
Well, it worked.
Anything else you want to add to the recap?
Why was y'all fighting?
Because they're like proof that Jai is worth it. We're like, alright. And then there's chandeliers ish. Chandelier S. Chandeliers kept coming up.
So they had our NPC buddy, Daewoo. Hyundai Woo.
Hugo, for sure.
And they basically wanted to kill him because he was a big pain in their butt. And they were like, nah, don't do that. And they said, well, you gotta prove that you're, we'll let him go, but you gotta prove that you're worth it. So they shut the door and cue Star Trek battle sounds. Pew, pew.
Well, I kind of have a little metal song going on. That's pretty good.
Last time, I went to scare her and decided not to because I didn't
Oh,
want
yeah.
to get shot in the head.
Probably could have shot.
Oh, she's got a gun. Maybe I should.
She has an itchy
Then
trigger.
we found Trillian. We were about to go look for Kragar, and then we realized that time is of the essence, and then we ran to the recreation center. And
Literally.
Ping pong tables are pushed aside.
Why?
And then once we got there, they were like, "Meh, fight." And we were like, "Okay." And then I charged someone, almost killed him, threw him up, killed him, smacked someone else with him.
And you have a 0 in strength.
Oh, one.
Oh, sorry, what? It's like, Jesus.
I got a Red Bull.
Killed a dude,
And then I smacked
used
a
that
dude.
to hit another dude.
He
How's
really
this
did
another
too.
dude?
There's a lot occurred. I have to say, episode 11 was quite something, and it was a blur to me at the moment, but a lot of things actually transpired. Dead man. I felt like your favorite weapon is a dead
dead guy.
being of something. Your weapon of choice is basically just lying to someone. It was like, trust me, and then kill him.
Yeah.
Your weapon of choice is like,
Making their insides become outsides.
just, so I'm just gonna hang over here and let you bleed out.
Yes.
So
One more thing. We got
it's very true.
majestic broken chandeliers everywhere.
Yes, it
Dude,
was.
that's why I said chandeliers.
I mean,
It's more
It
like a
was-
shop light.
I pictured it as like a bunch of fireflies falling to the floor. I feel like there was like a curtain
Sparks.
of
Yeah.
little sparks coming down as fish parts are flying across the room. So I envisioned that in my mind.
Yeah, it's just
Yeah, it was, and a very beautiful song playing in the background. Just piano, and maybe a harp. Okay.
it's yeah, and there's this like silhouette created by fish blood as it's
Yes.
spraying,
Fish
Yeah.
blood is your
leaving
canvas.
a stencil of other people
It
who
was.
were in the way.
Yeah, it was beautiful.
Yeah,
I have to say.
yeah, it was definitely a Tarantino.
Yeah, I felt, and I didn't intend it, but it was a Kill Bill moment. It did feel like one.
But there was one little thing at the end. So
Thing.
the guy, so one of the guys that we were fighting, I stuck him where I thought his liver might be, and I did persistent damage, so he was continually getting hurt. And then the next round, I did some precise strikes to immobilize him, and it caused him to tense in such a way that it opened up the wound, and his intestines just sort of or if their intestines, whatever they were.
Yeah.
Anyway, so the fight's basically over, and he's at death's door, and I try to heal him and fail, but I'm trying to hold everything together, and his last dying breath was, thank you for that. It means a lot, and he palms me a coin of some kind. which I have yet to actually inspect.
Glad you mentioned that because that was in my. I took notes, and I was going to mention that in my recap. So thank you very much. So yes, as a recap of last, there was this guy Deo that just keeps. He was your first contact to like, oh, maybe he's important, and then you're finding out how. You have more of a thorn in your side than anything else. But you guys did choose to fight for his integrity, and you don't even know if he has it.
I think you just wanted to fight.
I really feel like it was a
We
pent
wanted
up.
to get good at fighting. Okay, we're about to go raid some weird base.
So let's stretch by killing some stuff.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I felt that too. So. You did have some strange interactions with the Magi Council again. You got to meet them again. You did, spread your wings in battle to see where we're going, and which was really cool to me because it went. My favorite part of being a GM is seeing that. I expect certain things, and then those never happen. Those never happen. And that's my favorite part of this game. My favorite part of this game is I get to play too. I have to be honest. So, be as crazy as you want. So, yeah, that was the kind of synopsis there. You guys I don't think there's anything I have to add. Normally I have to add something, but at this point, there was a fight in front of the council. You guys explained it actually. I don't have anything to add that makes any relevance. So, with all of that that occurred, before we get into the game, let's vote for not one, but two. So, we're only going to do one vote, but whoever gets it gets two. And then I'll give away one. Because we did miss a couple weeks.
Yeah.
Okay, so I just want to. It'll take too long if we want to do two votes and whatever. So, this is all about basically legend points. If anybody doesn't know about legend points, make sure and check your Open Legend RPG book. Legend points are basically advantage for somebody. They can use it on their, and I'm giving it to where you can use it on any roll that you want. And sorry, Brian, if that's not what you intended, but that's what I'm going to do because I feel like we want to be powerful. We are new trippers, by the way, so let's be real. So, how do you guys want to vote? Do you want to cast it with me, or do you want to just like, you know what? Tell me who you think was the one that really was inspiring. Was legend. Wait for it. Hope you're not lactose intolerant. Dairy.
I was pretty inspiring.
You can vote for yourself. Let's be real.
I was
I am
definitely
totally cool with that.
inspired about how much of a dick I was.
That was pretty inspiring. Everybody had their moment, so I can't.
Everyone has their votes.
And I can't take that away from her because that was pretty. Yeah,
But everyone did a lot of stuff.
it was a little like damn. See how she treats her enemies.
Yeah, I would vote for her just for the comedic aspect of that moment.
Yeah.
Yep.
Okay, so as the table votes, there's two of these, two legend points are going to Dits. So here they come. Let's see if I can. All right, right in the center of the table. Oh, that's what I was trying to do. I was trying to bank it to you, and I missed it. So two to those. Me.
It has to be hers. Is it yours?
And does everybody still have their bolsters?
Oh, I do.
Okay, you used to have a bolster.
Yeah, mine has a wicked candy wrapper in it.
Okay, cool.
Bill.
I just want to make sure that they're actually out there. Okay.
Yes, they are.
Because they weren't in here, and I was like, oh, nobody's using them. So what I'm going to do, as a matter of fairness, because that battle was won by everyone. Yes, the comedic, hey, what's up, man? Was pretty cool. I felt like it was an Indiana Jones moment with the guy with the sword.
Right.
That's honestly what I felt like it was. It's like the guy with the sword. I felt like it was. He came out and he's like, ooh, mad respect. Oh, okay, nice day. That's all I saw that, I envisioned it. But the battle would not have been won without the dead body slinger
Yeah.
and the bleed out master.
Yeah. You get.
I mean, let's be real. I mean, it's like, as he's beating him with the dead body, he's bleeding out at the same time. And so I'm giving out 2 this time because I want everybody to kind of bring it up there. And I also want to encourage, not that we don't love you, Trillion, but you're not here. So if you watch this, I apologize, but I'm not here.
Sorry, not sorry.
Yes, sorry, not sorry. We love you. So I'm giving it. Let's see if I can bank this one up. I was trying to go off to there.
Do like quarters.
And this one I can go straight to. Jeez.
Bang.
That one was more to him than the one that was intended for you. I know. I can do better with quarters.
Nice
Into a
shot.
shot glass, I can do better with quarters. I won't tell you why. But
We know.
we all know. All right. So now that that's over, I know we've been doing this for a while. Let's get into some of that gaming thing that we call Open Legend RPG.
What's up?
Let's see. This song. I say.
Can I
Yeah,
ask
do it. Go for it.
A game question.
Yes, absolutely.
So
I'd love
on,
those.
On the character sheet that we've been using,
Yes.
which this we've been using one from heromuster.com.
Mm-hmm. Shameless plug.
Shameless plug.
Oh.
I traded emails with a guy, and that's all. Anyway, so in the hit points section, there is a box called Lethal. What does that mean?
I honestly used to know, and like a few months ago when I first signed up for this, I knew lethal is, and I'll look it up, and let's look it up as a group. But the concept of lethal is you can die in this game. Does that make sense? Mm-hmm. The normal game is built to where you don't ever really die because you're kind of a hero. Mm-hmm. But there's an optional version. There's an optional rule of lethal. Now I don't know that we can look that up real quick, and I'd love to discuss that because lethal is an option of your character can die. Mm-hmm. That's the option that we want to play in. And now I know we talked at the beginning. We were talking about lethal. I think we mentioned like episode 0.5 or something.
Yeah.
So that was like a few months ago. We talked about lethal. It
Well,
literally
we
is.
talked about the idea of, do you want to be able to die, or can you not
Yes.
really, or, but as far as what goes in that box, is it a number? Or is it
That
like
one
a-
I don't know, but
okay.
I do know that lethal. I think it has to do with.
Is it like maybe a negative number that you go this far down and that's when you die?
We should email him because lethal. The whole idea behind lethal is you can't. If you stay below 0 or at 0 for too long, you're done for good.
Right.
Or that was the idea behind it.
Not mostly dead people.
But we could let's spend 30 seconds, and if we can't find it, then we will move on. Because that's important. Because I know the actual printed book and the retail version of this book is coming out in November. If I'm not mistaken.
Sounds like it's just in time for Christmas.
Did we do that on purpose, Brian? I don't know. But that was what chapter? I can't remember what chapter that one. Core rules in, if I'm not mistaken, running the game. I'm pretty sure that's what it was. And these might change also. Well, Command F, silly, and they're called lethal. Oh, they have a whole. I forgot about that. Okay. They have a whole. They have a lethal strike. So, okay. Which is taking up all my Command F searches on my Mac. So, we'll look up it, and that is something maybe, that's a great question. What I would like to do is, I know on Here Mustard we don't know what the box is for, but we might reach out and find out what they intended the box for. And what I'll do maybe is put it on my blog tomorrow. We're going to talk about it. Maybe I'll look it up tonight or tomorrow. But I have that, a couple extra moments. But it is basically to where your character can die. That's the whole point. And there's a lethal strike inside of here too. So basically, we'll figure that out. And if you guys ever want to get to the point where your character can die, let me know. Because I like to kill things. In game. Let's be
If Ditz ever dies, it'll be great.
Well, and that's the one thing that
Not
I
really
will.
looking forward to.
I will do the
It'll
best
probably
I
be
can
by
because I love a GM that makes a game epic. That's my biggest.
I'll try to
thing.
slide over a boat and then just sink. It's like, ah, shit.
Decapitated. She fell into a windmill.
Or have you run into a boat, bounce off of it?
She gets a concussion smacking her head too hard and falls in like 2 feet of water and drowns.
Nobody except
Too
Icy.
far. I can't swim.
As we finished our last episode, it was basically the end of a battle. Deo was freed and running out the front
Yeah,
door.
he ran out. He didn't
Yeah, he was
stop
like, "I'm
us.
out,"
Yeah.
and that's where you guys basically were free to go. The door was open. There's basically one guard left, and the 2 of the Magi Council, broken chandeliers everywhere. Chandeliers, I do air quotes of chandeliers, and a lot of carnage, and a lot of stank.
Did mention that to them.
Yes, it
Yeah,
stanks.
It's really bad.
So, that is where we begin tonight. What would you like to do?
What is it?
Find
Kill
you
Dave.
and be like,
I
hey,
mean, sorry, yeah, fine.
we saved you. We own you now. Come on, let's go.
We own you. We're trying to get rid of slavery over here. It's like,
He's fodder.
he
It's like-
is banned from fire, so he
Don't
just...
step on that weird looking patch on the floor there. See what happens.
freaking
Well, is there anything else to do here? I mean, we're just kind of waiting
No,
it out,
actually,
or we just need to
we need to
wait
get
for
Yeah,
our trinkets back, and then
we're basically on certain days, or I don't know how many days actually, but we have to go and come back for Harpo the Dick 30-day sex.
right. So we gotta wait one more night, right?
I think so.
That way?
The concept is it's basically mid-afternoon in a sense of the 12-hour cycle.
Right.
But
She said it was a full cycle.
that's only one. So the Voltaic did say that it would be done by the end of that evening, basically that same evening.
Oh, okay.
So it would be done that evening for all your
Okay. I thought it
equipment.
was like a full
I know it sounds
cycle.
it is a full cycle, but they have 2 cycles.
It's a working cycle.
If that makes sense. I know it sounds strange, and if you're in my head, maybe I should write a whole blog about my head. But the concept is 2 suns, and as they rotate around Barth, they're in perfect synchronicity, in sync. So every 12 hours, there's a 2-hour darkness. and then the next sun shows up.
Right.
So they're perfect.
So a cycle
if-
is when one individual sun goes all the way around?
That's one cycle
Okay.
to them.
Okay, so one cycle has 2 nights.
Correct.
Okay.
Well, one cycle has one night.
Then there's 2 cycles.
Well,
And there's-
you can't separate them, right? Yeah, because they're both at the same. So one cycle you'll have darkness twice.
That would be that would be 2 cycles. I know this sounds so strange, and I just look at it this way. Mathematically, forget the 2 suns, and every 12 hours, basically every 14 hours is a full cycle.
Okay.
2 hours of it is darkness and super cold.
Right. But one cycle has a period of light and a period of darkness.
Yes, 2 hours of darkness, 12 hours of light.
Okay.
That's one cycle. They don't really care about the 2 suns because they're both so similar. So they don't count.
I've got a question. How do I recover hit points?
That comes
Hey, I can help you.
over. You don't need to. After, for time, your hit points actually come back.
Oh,
So you don't, it's not a,
Never mind, I won't help you.
you can, and it doesn't burn anything. That's the cool thing about this system.
Fighting scares them away. And then when it gets quiet.
Is when it comes to combat, we can do
is
that.
it like auto regen shields?
It is.
Okay.
It's kind of like pretty much anything you've ever, any video game you've ever played. That's the cool part. Watch this.
Bro, I got heal. I can just pat you on the back and be like, you're doing okay. And you're like, thanks.
All right, healing after combat, and this is inside of here. After a combat encounter ends, and you have at least 10 minutes to rest and catch your breath, your hit points return to their maximum if you are already conscious.
Okay.
So it really is a regen shield. You don't have to find anything like that. If you are unconscious, this is the only other part. If you are unconscious, you regain consciousness and all hit points after 2d4 hours. So let's say you're dead at the end of a battle. You're dead, but the battle ends. Roll 2d4, and that many hours, you'll be back at full life points. Okay? And I just found the lethal damage part. Lethal damage is used sparingly in Open Legend as ways of GMs to paint a picture of injury consequences. When a character suffers lethal damage, their maximum hit point total is reduced by the amount of lethal damages it sustains. So it's probably, you're talking about like it's a negative. So it probably is a negative they wanted to put in that box. So if a creature sustains lethal damage greater than or equal to its maximum hit point total, the creature is unconscious until it heals at least 1 point of lethal damage. So that's the concept behind lethal damage. But I'll actually put a link in my blog and stuff like that, and if we ever get to that point. But since you are not at 0,
It's just 10 minutes after.
it's basically 10 minutes to rest and catch your breath.
Okay.
You take 10 minutes in game to you'll be back up to max. That's
Okay.
why if you've noticed in Open Legend you don't get 200, 300 hit points. You might get up to 40. As you level up you don't get a ton. You get maybe 2 per level. You don't get a lot of them.
Well, you only get them if you put points
If you
into,
choose to.
like
Yeah.
fortitude and
Yep.
whatever
If
else.
you decide to upgrade all that stuff, I think you can. If you max that all out, you might get to 40, maybe. So that's how that works. So battles can be rough. Okay. So what do you guys want to do? You were discussing some stuff.
So we got Deu's
Didn't you sprint
You
out and
go
we
get
are
that bitch.
no longer
again.
again?
Oh, somebody put a bell on that guy.
We could tie him to me.
feel like it Chewbacca see-through Chris says.
Yeah.
Just rip his legs off.
Just cut his heel.
How much damage
Flashback.
would a Dave do
That he did?
when wielded?
I have stats for Dave.
I have a +5, Dave.
I have stats for him, but poor guy.
Is it considered short range? Or okay, you chuck him.
He was considered a dagger.
He's definitely blunt. Well, I don't know. I guess I think we want our stuff, right? And then we'll head over to that signal station.
And once we get there, I'll just rest until I get full HP.
I'm low on HP too. I mean, low on HP. I'm like 7 down, but whatever.
I'm a daisy.
You appeared halfway through the battle and stabbed someone. Just
You guys want to head? So you're heading back where? Where you guys want to go?
Back to the place.
can I attempt to make a rock
With
lobster?
the oh my god, the tip back, the bar, or the
No,
place with the
place.
where it has our stuff.
Yeah.
Voltaic.
Voltaic. Yes.
Voltaic.
The place with potential.
So as you're going back, you do see it's a normal mid afternoon in a sense. A lot of eyes on you guys. You guys don't smell good, and they can definitely see the fish, like the fish guts.
Non-corporeal fish guts.
Yes, but they know it's theirs. I mean, they're like, and they saw you come out of the council, so they're like, it's not a fear, but you're getting more of a like, getting a respect. So
Can
as
I
you
give some of them finger guns? Just be like,
absolutely, and as you finger guns, and they're like,
and demoralize. Just kidding. Just be like,
You can end up killing them with your finger guns.
Or just go.
just like.
No, I'm not doing it.
I could. Do
a couple
that.
of them are a little bit intimidated.
I could just finger gun them.
Other ones, well, hold on. Actually, yeah. There's a few of them that are intimidated and start shying away and closing and taking their young, non-corporeal, like, into the buildings and kind of locking the doors. The other ones are like,
Those ones are more tender.
they fry up real quick.
Just real light.
But you see, it's kind of like that old, you know, when you're walking down those old Western movies and you're walking down,
Yeah.
they can see that you've taken out some pretty badass people. Some of them fear you, some of them think you're cool, but there's different, not different levels of respect, but different types of respect. Yeah, different kinds of respect to you guys. Either it's out of fear or out of like, oh, not so bad. As you're walking through. So the little, like this, that's when the little kids kind of shy away. But there's a couple guys who's like, and they have just a fin, so they're.
I thought.
Fish gun.
Pew pew. You know, it's like they don't know what to say, but they know the sound that a laser rifle will.
Pew pew doo.
Pew pew.
Pew, pew.
Kind of a matter of respect. Pew pew.
I think.
Kind of a salute.
Shush it.
In a sense. Pew pew.
Hey, but people first start going like, "Hey, it's people."
Pew pew.
Walk in the room, people.
And the door is, as you're headed up to the Voltaic, the door is a little bit ajar, and you see every once in a while, and you recognize her. It's the same gal that's been working there. She's
An early one.
she sees you, but she keeps closing the door.
Yes.
and open it up. And that's what you see is a lot of of the door.
Oh, sounds like a good time.
You need to get those installed on my door.
But she's waiting for you. She can see. It's like, huh?
Well, we're in there.
Huh? And as you rise up, she's guys. Oh. And she awkwardly is like, oh, I can leave the door open now. I think Mickey's got some of the stuff.
Ooh.
I think. I don't. Yeah. And she, her big. Yeah. And she's been watching out.
It's like that's how you're talking.
Pew pew.
Yeah, just don't do that again.
Did we? But okay. I don't know if I don't want to do it in front of him right now. Okay. Come on in, guys. Mickey's. I think she's got it done. Come on in. Come on in. And you get a full.
Do you have a towel?
Towel.
Something to.
Clean. They need to stay. You see. And you see the guy over there. He's still he's working on outside of the ball thing, and he's working on it. And sparks are flying. He's like, yeah. And he goes over and turns like a key inside of it, and it just opens up. And he's like, yeah. He goes, oh yeah, just go in there. It'll work. It'll get you.
In the ball?
Oh no! It's not. There's. It looks like two clear glass ish, and as he turns the key, they kind of slide open, and it's maybe like a 4 foot by 4 foot just cube to go inside of. In a sense, but it's all clear. The whole thing's surrounded in clear.
Okay. I'll go in.
And she's like, it doesn't take long. It tingles a little, but it'll take care of you real quick.
All right. I'll go in.
Okay. And he's over there, and he's still working on and he sees you go in, and he's like, and turns the key the other way, it closes up. And you stand there. Let's see if we have a sound that. Here's one. We always like this one. So you feel like there's a spark, and it's a strange, like, tingly. It's not static electricity, but kind of a vibration electricity. It's not hertz or anything, but as you can see, as everything starts to vibrate and move, all the dirt and grime and stuff seems to like just levitate off of your skin and flesh, and then get sucked through the roof.
Cool.
And then it stops. It's like an electrical shower that just basically takes all the grime off of you and sucks it up through a port. And you're standing there, and the door's open, and you hear a voice. Cleansed. It doesn't say that, but you interpret it because you know the language. It's more of a. But you hear cleansed. And you've been here for a while, and you've been traveling for a while. You have never been cleaner. Like ever.
Even my teeth.
Soap, they're not white, but they're clean. Does that make, it's like all the grime that's on your body has been taken off.
See it hit a cleanse and like, yes.
Yeah, and the door's wide open.
Yeah. Well, so while we pass, it's like, hey, hang on a second, I want to try something. Just spit like right on her arm. It's like, all right, I want to watch.
You definitely caught the attention of the little scientist. He's over there. he runs over and he goes to spit on you too.
I draw a gun. Point.
And he goes back to work. But you see him, he comes up and he goes, and then the gun, you pull the gun out. Oh. He swallows it, walks back over.
Totally shit.
Yeah, I want to go to things.
So you feel that same
Yes.
electricity in your. You have a little bit more gadgets, in a sense of like some. I think you still have that rotary pistol and stuff. He doesn't have a lot, but you feel it's similar. The hair. Are you a bald cat, or do you have more
I
hair
have
than normal?
purple hair.
Okay,
Yeah.
so your hair does stand out on end, and it's almost like you're not being shocked. It's almost like as it goes up, it's like it's being combed. Like the cleanliness it's coming off of it, like it's being combed out. You could feel it pulse, and all the grime or anything that's on there, and you see something really nasty come off of your arm. And it's almost like it's alive in front of you, and then takes off, and you hear it kind of go through like almost a drain of. So there was something in that
Awesome.
that that's not normal. But everything comes off of your body, all that grime, even the beer sweats that you have. Sometimes.
Normal.
Those have been cleansed off of you. You've never gotten rid of those,
Yeah.
right? From all the drinking and all that stuff, you've never gotten rid of the beer sweat, except for now, this one moment.
New cat.
Can I just walk out? Yeah.
I go over there and I flop in.
But as she's walking out, though, you do see the gal that was at the front going. She's like, it's kind of contagious.
Perfect.
And as she's walking out, you just fall in. It's only 4 feet by 4
So
feet.
you gotta go like.
So you have this when you flop in because you're not doing well, right? That's basically what you're coming up with.
And you
You flop in forward and you have that.
Landing into the wall.
Yeah, you have that face plant on the backside, and your feet and the doors as you're falling forward like this. The doors are trying to close, but they're hitting your feet. Tink, tink, tink. And you see Mickey over there, and she's moving a bunch of stuff. She comes down with her big hand, grabs both of your feet, and shoves you in, and then goes back to work.
I'm now like this.
Yeah, you're basically in like a U shape inside of this cleansing mechanism. Now whole different deal. You're made of metal. So as this happens, you're in a U shape. It gets pulled magnetically up, and you are not touching the ground anymore. Your whole body has levitated in the middle and starts to float around.
I'm gonna get sucked into the tube. Oh god.
But as you're spinning, you do feel the electricity around you and the sparkle, but it comes to a point where it almost makes you fall asleep. It's got
I'm picturing something like when you put something in the microwave that's too big, and it goes.
well, he gets stuck a few times. He's not small. He does get stuck a few times, but then it'll start rotating again and move because it's a magnetic field inside there. But yeah, very similar. It'll go, but it corrects itself and he goes inside. You're in there for a little while. It's trying to clean as much as it can, but not. You can sense. You guys are watching it as it's like he just keeps kind of spinning and spinning. You're not feeling any discomfort.
Wouldn't it be faster just boil them?
Am I waterproof?
I don't know.
But that's
This
what's going on
sweet-ass
inside there. You're
whale
being
bag, yeah.
cleansed inside of there, but you're in there for now. You guys took like maybe 10 to 15 seconds. It's been about 40 to 45 seconds to a minute, and you're spinning slowly, no discomfort. But that's what you guys are seeing is him spinning in there, hitting the side every once in a while, and then coming back. But you're finding you're not sleeping. I mean, you're a synth, so but it's almost like a full state of rest.
You gain 400 temporary. hit
Taking a
points.
nap right now, really well.
But that's what's going on. You can feel you not the mechanism is not regenerating you, but you being in stasis long enough, your inner technology is giving it enough time to repair itself.
All right.
Does that make sense? Yeah, you're basically repairing yourself, but it's taking a while because you're not doing so well. But I think Mickey has this stuff for you guys. It might be a minute for him. Is he okay?
He does this all the time.
Sure.
Yeah, I
He's
mean,
fine.
he didn't look okay.
He's normal day.
She's a court low.
Oh, I have that. Okay, we'll get him out there soon. Give him a couple moments. We'll get it figured out. Mickey, he needs.
Court of what?
It's over there. Mickey's like, it's over there. So, you want me to just do it? Mickey's like, has that deep female gargantuan voice. Just do it. And she goes over there and she grabs like a cylinder, puts it next to into a container, and it starts feeding into your container. You see like the oil dissipate inside of there and start to absorb inside of it.
Oh, fucking gas planet, yeah.
So it's basically they're giving you a loop job.
Yeah.
So did you want to wait for him? Do you want to wait for him, or
No.
I have your they have Mickey. Is it ready? And this is when she pulls a slide, pushes a couple buttons, turns the dial, and this rack just opens, and you see 3 items in there, and they are yours, and they're all being held by like a magnetic field. It's kind of like when you're in the game selected mode. When you're in the game select mode and you see your item spinning.
Guns.
That's what you see. You see Ditz sees the exact same pistol. It was a phaser or a laser
Yeah,
pistol
it's just a pistol.
spinning in there, and as it's moving around, it changes colors. It'll be like a green, then a turquoise, then a pink, then an orange, and then sometimes it's all the colors at the same time. What did you want to read the data sheet on this one? Because it's very pew pew. It's very yes. I think it will serve you the way that you do things. Yeah.
Sure, yeah, data sheet.
You want you have a pad, right? So yeah. And so she pulls the pad up here and kind of just does a hand movement, and the data shows up on your data pad.
Bullshit.
And your data pad has a picture of the pistol rotating in the same colors. It's almost like as you see it here, you see exactly the same thing on your data pad. And I'll read this off to you, and then I will hand it to you. It is a Voltaic painted laser pistol. So creative. Made by the Voltaic. The painted covering that was used to cover this laser pistol is directly affected by the user's emotions. It can cause a fear in others if the user is angry, or it can make an onlooker covet the user's presence. When the user places their hand on this pistol and wills it to be, the voltaic charge it dispensed and anyone within a 20-foot radius is affected by the charge. Depending on what the user is feeling will depend on what the affected subjects will have advantage or disadvantage on. So basically, as you will it to be, when you just touch it, you don't have to use it. It will dissipate a 20-foot radius of whatever emotion you're trying to put out there. Everybody in that 20-foot radius is affected. And they will have advantage or disadvantage on whatever. You don't get to choose, but you get to choose the emotion.
Yeah.
And then they're affected by that emotion.
I immediately thought of those rings that changed colors.
I know, that's what I was
It's a
just like,
mood gun.
mood ring? Yeah, it's a
Yeah,
mood
and that's
ring.
what I thought when I was thinking of paint job. I was like, should I make it red? Should I make it? It's like, screw it. It's every color. So
It's even better.
I was like, I'm going all out. So I typed the description
Oh, look at
for
this
you.
little card.
Prismatic pistol.
Yeah.
So that's what I created
Fantastic.
for you. These are magic items. These are items. So as you're reading the data pad here, literally the laser pistol comes out of its shell
Cool.
and it's floating right in front of you, waiting for you to grab it. And what emotion are you feeling?
The emotion is, fuck yes. Excitement.
Now you gotta
Okay,
write that
and
down.
if
That's one
your
of them.
emotion is that, you're not saying it, just the emotion.
Yeah.
Okay, and all of a sudden, in the same room, little guy working on stuff over here, the gal that's like presenting it to you, and Mickey, they all turn around and go, "Fuck yes!" and then go back to doing it.
They're all like, high five!
Yes.
I've seen so many people do a fist pump before.
Fantastic.
So, and the limitations I put on these items is they are recharged within one full Barth sun cycle, which are on the planet Barth. So every 12 hours, you get to do it again.
Cool.
Okay? Because you can't just all of a sudden, like, everybody's emotional, boo, 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 and mess with every basically 12 hours, you can reuse it
Cool.
to do whatever you want with it. You see your small little dagger up there, and it's floating in the same thing, and it looks the same. It looks the same as it ever did.
Huh.
And it's just floating up there. I did I gave you a data pad. This one was tricky, but I think you might enjoy it. Do you want the data? I have data. You want that?
The data pad?
Oh, on the stuff, the thing about the
Oh,
you want
yes.
the data on
Yes.
your. And he looks back over at Ditz. She looks back at it. It makes me nervous.
Fuck yeah.
And everybody's still turning around. Fuck yeah! And they go back to because the effect goes on for a while. It's the same effect. You can't change the effect, but everybody still has that. I'm pumped for Ditz right now. We're just pumped
How
up.
long does that last?
It depends on. I haven't established what boon that is. I just went with that one. But it depends on the boon or bane that she creates. So if they have a longer effect, I'm going to let it be a boon or bane. That's a result. That one was just for flavor because it was fun.
Oh, obviously.
But it will result in that. But it's just dagger there. Okay, here's this, and she motions her hand over, and your data pad comes up, and you see the dagger. You're like, it literally looks like the exact same dagger
Okay.
that you turned in.
Okay.
But the audible comes up on your
Audible?
on your data pad.
The audiobook.
Yeah, your Galaxy or whatever you want, Galaxy Siri,
Yeah.
kind of pops up.
Can it be James Earl Jones?
I'm not very good at James Earl. Voltaic dagger. I'll try that. I could do low. At least I'll do almost a berry. When sheathed, it resembles any other dagger. When thrown, it flashes a bright blue and then becomes invisible. Upon striking a target, it appears for only a split moment and then teleports back into the user's hand. If a target takes any damage from this dagger, it causes a wound that is difficult to close. Any healing for this wound is made with disadvantage. The technology used in this dagger can be used once until it is recharged through one full Barth Sun cycle. So basically what this is going to do when you hit somebody with it, and it gives it any damage. If you get any damage with this dagger, you automatically get to choose either persistent damage, level 2, automatically. I mean, we're talking you hit it with 1 point of damage. You got persistent damage. Or knockdown, level 1. Because they didn't know where it came from because it's invisible. Okay, and I misspelled autocorrect. Instead of wound, they put wood. Would. It wouldn't let me. It was like, come on, it's
difficult to close that wound.
wound. Seriously, when I was reading, I was like, it causes a wood. That is, I was like, no, that's going to come off phonetically very incorrect. But it's a wound. But when I type that out, it's basically a dagger. There's a description after. It's basically a dagger that when you throw it, it'll flash and disappear. And then when it hits the target, it'll reappear, cause the wound, and then be back in your hand. But those are the boons that it will do as long as you create damage. That makes sense? So if you hit somebody and just hit them with 1 damage above their resistance, then they'll have damage. So as this is going, you go ahead.
What if I miss or if I hit?
It'll teleport back into your hand.
Don't miss.
Still get it back.
Because it'll hit something. Does that make sense? I mean, if you throw it and you miss your target, it'll hit a wall.
Yeah.
And as soon as it hits the wall, it's back in your hand. Okay? It just has to hit something.
Does it go?
As long as, we're
We'll come up with a notice for that sucker.
as long as we're not in space and you just kind of chuck it,
Well,
you're
see,
fine.
Well, crap.
It might come back in like a few hundred years. when
there's
it's
always
something.
that guy.
I'll be like,
It hits a star or
Yeah.
something. It hits a nebula.
Those are good for. Whoa! Whatever that was.
That could happen. And who knows
That'd be
what's
awesome.
going to happen out there.
Super heated.
Yeah. I don't know what that did.
So, at this point, you're getting this data onto your pads there, telling you about what they created for you. I think, and as soon as she's like, I think that you start to slow down and sit back down because it's been a few moments. We've been looking over some stuff, and you're back, and the cleansed.
That was a planet.
And you feel good. I mean, you feel you are at full health points. You just got a fresh lube job. It's kind of like a car just went through a nice automated car wash and wax. You feel fresh. Not a lot of dings left. I mean, you're going to have those scratches and stuff on you, but they're all cleaned up. Every scratch, there's no rust left. It's all been dissipated. And there's Griff. And she's just standing there. Pew pew.
Pew pew.
Santa, I know him.
I know him.
Was it feel good?
Yep.
There's one for you.
Thank you.
And she's trying. She's like, she has her fin. Thank you. Thank you. Pew pew.
Pew pew.
Thank you. Very awkward. You can tell she has no idea. Your language confuses her, but she's trying to adapt. Pew pew. Thank you.
Does everyone else have like the same thing we do, where we got magical dust throw it in our face and now we understand everything? Or is that just like a tripper thing?
You guys have, you could look it up, but data pad wise,
Yeah.
it's not, it is something that was put on your data pad. Your guy's data pad, he probably doesn't have it because this is newer, because you had an interaction with PickPeck back in the time. So you guys would have the information on there. It's the concept behind it is brine shrimp. Does that sound weird? Brine shrimp. So as you put brine shrimp in water, they reactivate and become organic again. What the dust was many, many billions of little tiny actual biological creatures. And once they find something that's more liquid or organic or something inside, it reactivates them. And they are a bunch of translating, they pull in the waves of...
Midichlorians.
Yes. As something comes into them, one of them will understand the language, and it basically secretes enough to get into your neurotransmitters, or with you, it would be your electronic wiring, to translate it into something that you would understand. That's the concept. My mind works weird, but the concept was the exact same thing in Hitchhiker's Guide, the little fish guy. But these were brine shrimp ones, so there's billions of them that went in that cloud, and you inhaled them. So you're hearing with your audible a strange noise every time somebody says something. It's like, but
You understand it.
transmitters are understanding and transmitting, and they're speaking something you can understand in your brain.
So it's not like we hear
No.
as if they were saying what we understood. We
Right.
just know what they mean.
Yeah, it's translated inside your brain for you.
Okay.
Yeah, you're hearing the weird words, the physical weird words. That's why you heard flames, and everybody's heard strange voices, but you're understanding what they're saying.
I know Kung Fu.
Yeah, it's kind of like that. Johnny Mnemonic. Anybody know that, right?
Yes.
Okay.
Jack.
Before the Matrix.
You and Mnemonic.
As you see, and he's like, we have, you want to see yours? It's right over here. And his is more of a bigger container, because he's a larger creature, and it's a full-on rifle. And you do see a large pulsing rifle that kind of, inside the barrel, you see like an electronic going through it as it's spinning around. You want? Well, I can give you the information, but please don't fire it in here, okay? Because just checking. Your data pad. Is your data pad okay? Did it last through the battle?
Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah, we're good.
Woo! And she pushes it over to you. Your data pad reads up inside. It's just a Voltaic rifle. And an electronically enhanced phaser rifle that resonates a low hum when fully charged. The rifle comes with 3 separate settings: stun, wave, and boom.
Yes.
When target takes any damage from the beam of this rifle, then the target is invoked with the corresponding bane. So you choose what you set it to. Stun creates an immobile level 1. Wave, it's a boon of forced move level 2. So basically, wave pulses them out. Okay? And then boom is a very subsonic loud noise that creates deafened level 4.
Oh, wow.
So you have those 3 levels you get to set it to, but you have to choose that before you fire it. Whatever
Okay.
you want to do. The technology used in this rifle can be used once until it is recharged through 1 full Barth sun cycle. So 12 hours.
So, can I fire multiple shots Just not using any of the beams?
You can shoot as much as you want. Just know that it'll just do normal damage.
Alright.
It's a rifle.
Still a rifle.
It's still it still will shoot
Okay.
stuff, but it does have those levels of the technology that Voltaic put in there. So it's basically it's a rifle. It's a basic laser rifle, but they have those settings that you can use once every 12 hours, different settings. So that'll be
Alright.
yours. I did better than the P things. All right. So I don't know if you guys deal in moments, time, but I think where's your friend that glows and stuff, guys?
Don't know.
She's helping someone
Maybe at the
find.
library, researching.
Probably petting a dog. Or a fish. More fish.
Walking
Petting.
the dog.
Oh well,
found
you guys
something.
have stuff to do, right?
No.
You should be equipped.
I mean-
No,
No, we do.
that's cool.
Yeah, we can't say anything.
Cool, right? Pew pew. But I hear the transmission station is where you were headed.
Yep.
I think you're fully equipped. Do you still have your boat docked? Your ship docked up there?
Yeah.
Hopefully.
Yep.
Okay.
Oh,
Yep. It's up to you, but things aren't. We monitor things, and a lot of stuff's going on. Not in this island, but
What kind of stuff?
it's up to you if you want to go save a lot of people. But it's up to you. Laser rifles and daggers and pistols and stuff.
Do you have any new information that may help us? Or is it about
Like
the same,
transmission station 0624. You have a map. What do you want to know?
or- I'm just seeing.
I
if
know
you got
about
any-
science.
What's there?
What's where?
What's at the transmission station?
Oh. It's got some ancient technology there, but it's still being used today. We're talking like probably a few 100,000 years old technology, but it's still being used for transmitting waves and feeding our data pads and those types of things. But you guys are after some things over there, and I heard they had another Empire over there, right?
They have pie
Yes.
over there.
Oh. Yes, that's why we're going there.
Do we
Yes.
need Pedro alive?
Oh, for what?
Nah.
Okay.
I think if I understand the transmissions correctly, he's a higher level douchebag
Oh,
than
dead.
Harpo. Is that the word?
Correct.
I thought I got the transmission kind of messed up, but
Nope.
You
You got
got
it
it. Nailed it.
pew pew.
Pew pew.
Pew pew.
And she's trying to do thumbs up with her pin. Pew pew.
All right.
Pedro? Is his name?
Pedro.
I think it was
Pedwar.
Pedro. Pedwar.
Pedro.
Pedro.
So you guys are. What do you guys want to do?
Yeah.
His name is Jack.
Let's leave and go.
So
Finally,
Is the station like above water, below water?
You do know that it's below water.
we can't leave now.
All right.
Okay,
First,
how are we gonna make function underwater?
do you guys have any technology that lets fleshies breathe underwater? Other than
Oh.
the spectral thing?
You can probably be. You'll sink. That's fine. Okay.
You can always take one of those
He-
floating.
Let's bring it
In
floating.
the event of a water landing.
So, she's, and that's when the little guy interjects, and
he comes over. What but the
Bubble.
yeah. She's like, no. That one's. He's still working on that one. We have the prototype. This one's almost done, but it will kill you. He speaks like that. He didn't used to talk like that. But we have a prototype if you want it. Yeah, it needs to be launched as a water-based vessel, but try it. It needs to be attached to something else. Do you have a ship, right?
We have a boat.
Like
yeah.
you have.
Yeah.
It needs to be attached to that. It surrounds it. Is that okay?
Yeah.
Does the boat go underwater with it?
Well,
Does it turn into a submarine?
it encapsulates it like a bubble. Goes
We
around.
don't have time for this.
It'll work. Just you might don't die,
But
okay?
how do we move around independently though?
Oh, check this out. So she pulls up the it's a 3D model, and she pushes the button, and you see like a ship. Doesn't look like yours, but it's similar. You know, she doesn't know what your ship looks like, but a ship pops up. She goes, oh, and see, then you take ours, and you see basically a bubble go
Okay.
and encapsulates the ship, and then you can kind of take it off, and then you have just the ship. So she's showing you basically like a large inflatable ball that's made out of like an electrical field that will encapsulate it. The only issue that runs into is, there's only so much, like breathable stuff for you two. So you just
So we
hastily go into the water. Quick. You run out of stuff to breathe.
once we get there, is there like a structure that we can go in?
Well, that's the transmission station.
Yeah.
Transmission station is fully, it's fully has its own system
Yeah.
and its own
Okay.
system, so you can breathe inside of there. It wasn't made for us. It wasn't made for the Asrai.
I see.
It was made for carbon-based,
On a
air-breathing
I thought we were
creatures.
gonna need like scuba gear or
No,
something
on
to
06
swim around. Like,
No, it's a full underground. We didn't invent it.
Like a
We
bunch
just
of
found
goods.
it, and it works. If you find it, it works. Might as well take it.
all right, Gabe.
I like what you think. All right, we can wing them.
So she gives you. It's basically a small little cube.
Cute.
Yeah, and that just attach that to the drive, to the where you put the hands in and you move
Yes.
it with. Just attach it to the drive inside there. It'll automatically connect. It only takes about a couple of seconds.
Nice.
Yay!
Thank
So
you.
you're gonna save like the world and stuff.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I guess
I'm only here to save Tanya.
just this
I
world.
guess the world will be saved too.
Empire. She's there, from what I understand. That's the less technology we
Not
got.
quite clear. We're saving the world. How?
Oh, that's what they say. Isn't that what you say?
By killing-
Who's saying this?
Oh, by killing
Are you-
Pepper?
What? Talking about
Saving
trippers?
Tanya?
What are you talking about?
I think we're confusing ourselves. We should just.
All right, we'll just whatever. I was going by what she said. That there's like a lot of stuff being talked about, and that was like linked to this place. I was trying to connect the dots. What does she think we're supposed to be doing?
Oh, there's something that the Enpai's helping Pedwar find something. I don't know what it is, but it's supposed to save us. I think, and from the databases that I pulled up from your carbon bases, I think it's, I think what they say is good luck storming the castle. Is that how they say it?
Yeah, okay.
I don't know what a castle is, but I think maybe the transmission station is a castle. I don't know. But the information you're getting from her, basically in without out of character, would be you are trying to find that artifact that's in there. Nobody knows what it is. Pedward still doesn't know what it is, but they do know that the only way to acquire it was using an NPI because of the way that they're constructed.
Okay.
And the way that their minds are highly advanced.
So we're going to help them?
We're trying to find that artifact.
Right, but Pedwar wants the artifact too.
Pedward is already headed that way with an NPI.
Right, with time.
Yep.
Okay.
And you're without an NPI.
Okay. Well, yeah.
And
Until next week.
yeah.
We do know that Jaya will be there along with Puppy, so.
Yeah.
And you're headed there, and
So we're competing with Pedwar.
in a sense, and as trippers, you were told to get that artifact. Yes, by the guy named Cycle.
Right.
He was somebody that was basically
The dude with the universe behind his
yep,
eyes.
couldn't see him. Yep. So that's where you're headed.
And Pedwar is he an empire as well?
You don't know actually.
Or, no,
Nobody's
not
ever
empire,
said.
Asrai.
He may be. Nobody said anything about what he really is. They just know of him. There's nobody that's actually said they've hung out with Pedwar.
Can we ask Yaz? Can we do it?
She's right there. She's yeah. What? What? What?
What is Pedwar? Is
What?
he like?
Wait, he's douchebag. That's what you guys call him.
No, but what's his species?
Oh,
Species.
well, he's
More than one speech.
he's kind of Asrai, but I've never met him. He's kind of I don't know if he's real, but they say he looks Asrai-ish.
Could he be corporeal?
Oh,
Asrai?
maybe. And she looks through her hand. Maybe. Curious. That's a good thought, but they do say he looks similar to us. But they say he doesn't fit in very well.
Like this douchebag.
Yeah. That can help you become a pretty antisocial person, from what I understand. I don't even know what a douchebag is, but I will look that up. Is that in your lore?
I don't know what a douchebag is.
Oh, anybody? I think it's okay. Okay, have fun. And we'll go ahead. We'll take a break there. But that's the information you're going to get. Also, she doesn't know. Nobody's ever seen Pedwar. They just know of Pedwar.
Who's this big
Anybody that you've come across thus far that they've never met. All right, let me click on this. We will go to break. And I'll stop slouching so I don't look.
Sit up straight.
Sit up straight. Burp, burp, burp. All right, we'll be back in a little bit. We're just gonna need some refresher. I need something to drink. I need water.
Peace.
Be back in a minute.
We
Well, welcome back, everyone. If anybody's watching, and hopefully you are, because we have a really good time doing this. At least I do. Can't speak for these guys, but I have a good time. You have sleepy baker lady over here.
Yeah.
She only gets up at midnight to go to work. Seriously, anything before noon is midnight to me. No, I am not a morning person.
days?
So if anybody knows that, yeah.
Yeah, days off, 7 a.m. is a good sleep in. And I used to work until 3 a.m. before this job.
Seriously, I had a little girl literally say this to me today. She goes, "It was kind of gross."
That's how she says gross. Ugh. And she's like in first grade. I was like, Roxy, you're hilarious.
I always
You
try
are
to
awesome.
do. I always try to do the Jim Carrey from Dumb and Dumber. I was like,
Oh,
Yeah. Oh, he even did that in he did that in Pet Detective too with the plunger.
yeah.
yeah.
Finkel is Einhorn. Einhorn is Finkel. I was like, oh my gosh. But no, if she did that, and the same concept was like anything that's basically, if you want me to be really productive before noon, that's just, I'll be up, but don't expect me to do like anything extravagant. That's just who I am though. And then, but my wife is like, 5 a.m. She's like, "Derp-a-doo, what's up? Good morning." And I'm like, "I will punch you." Yeah, that's how we live.
I must break.
Yeah, I'll break you. So, well, welcome back. We're gonna do some new trippers, probably. I don't know. And I'm the most distracting. I am the most distracting GM you might find anywhere. Just want you to know. Okay. Don't ever have me playing your game. I'm even worse.
Drugs are a hell of a drug.
Yes. Mhm. When I'm having a good time, it's the worst drug. But thanks, guys. So, all of our viewers, followers, subscribers, thanks for hanging out with us. Our players, goodness sakes. Thank you.
Hi.
It's a huge deal to me. This is so fun to me. But yeah, of course, our sponsors. We do have sponsors. Arc Knight. We want to give away some more stuff, so just click that follow button if you're checking us out. Swing it by and check us out. We have other shows. Even if you think this show sucks, we have 2 other ones, and we're even adding a 3rd and 4th soon.
They might suck less.
Yeah.
You know, they,
Yeah.
they might suck a little bit less.
Civil tackle.
You know, it might be a little less annoying than me. But please check them out. Check us out. Click that button because it does help us out. Okay, just in our emotional state. But
Congratulated mine.
Arc Knight. Plus, we want to give away stuff. We do have tons of stuff to give away. So we really do. Like a list. I have a list of links that I can give away and stuff. So come on now, some codes. Plus, Ambient Realms. You got to check them out. They're hard at work right now doing some stuff on a movie, but also huge advocate and supporter of Huntington's disease of America. They really do a lot. They've raised over $100,000 for them, and Autism Speaks. It's really important. So, kind of a passion of mine too, but that's off air. But we're going to delve into some new trippers, get right back into the game. I want to play something a little bit more lively because I think the last one was a little bit more somber. Using Ambient Realms equipment right now. Shameless. I'll play that little stupid song that I wrote. Whatever. Alright, so you guys wrote the Voltaic, if I remember correctly.
Yeah.
What were you gonna do?
I try to make a puppy.
Another puppy?
No, rock lobster. My bad.
You don't know where a puppy is.
No, actually, all I know is that last scene with Jaya in the pods, and then now I know that Jaya's heading north somehow.
That sounds like a band name, doesn't it? Jaya and the Pods.
Yeah.
Somebody needs to put that in a note. Somebody write that down. Jaya and the Pods.
Jaya and the Pods.
Featuring Puppy.
Pup Daddy.
Featuring Pup Daddy.
Sean Pup Daddy.
Sean Pup Daddy.
Go over.
You make a rock lobster?
Yep.
Oh no. Somebody else. We have a viewer in there. Some weird person named Kunchkin. I'm not joking. Somebody's watching. The name's Kunchkin. Do you see that? They're in the chat room.
Uh-oh.
Kind of creepy.
Oh snap! Something went wrong.
All right. So you guys are at the Voltaic. Things are happening. And the last thing you see is pew pew.
Pew pew.
Well, I feel. I mean, in the game, I would feel like we would need to wait, find out where.
Do what your
What's
character.
her face
I want to
is.
encourage you guys to do what your character would do, and then we will figure this out.
Well, yeah, I would start trying to figure out where she went. Our own little.
Yeah.
We're gonna-
Oh, I really do want to make that rock lobster though. I need to.
Because of his epic.
So
Failure
we're
last
just talking about. I was like, so
We'll
what do
get
you like? What do you want to do? You want to go find her? And he's like,
Did she have a
get
pad?
some rocks together.
I'm pretty sure I scanned it before. Can I try to track it?
Yes, you can.
Oh,
what were you using to scan before?
Rescience.
Let's just do it.
Questions.
Prescience. It's kind of like gyro, gyro.
Gyro.
No, I'm just kidding. It's euro, but everybody has their own interpretation.
That's,
I was at a Greek restaurant once,
That's
and the waitress called it a gyro. And we're like, she wasn't Greek.
Obviously.
That's a 30.
Whoa!
Next time.
Oh, that good old exploding.
Okay.
Holy, no, exploding 8.
You make
Oh wow!
a real.
Because your D4s are the
You make a
king.
di-
Yeah, I don't know what
lobster.
happened last time.
D4s are king.
I guess so.
That's got to
Yeah,
be.
is that my heirloom?
That's got to be a hashtag somewhere, man. D4s are king. So you're trying to. What are you trying to actually? What are you doing? What are you trying to do?
Locate her position.
By doing what?
How did I do it last time?
Just tell me. You already rolled the 30, right?
Mhm.
So tell me what your character is
So
doing.
basically, I'm doing what I did last time. I'm tracking where she was by her pad, and I can kind of see it just where it is. I have seen the map from the stone when it touched the earth, so I know like where it is. This is
So, what you're finding is she's not. What you can find out is she's definitely not on this island. That you can tell. But there is something interfering with your complete location, like a dead location of where she's at. But you do know that she's not on the island itself.
Do I know that she's like north, south, east, west? Or is it like no clue?
It's not about no clue. It's about the data that you're trying to read is not capable of direction in wherever she's located. It's not as simple as north, south, east, west.
Okay.
If that I'm trying to be is like the data is saying you have a location, but the way that you interpret locations, it's not just an XY axis.
It's the Z axis.
like, where
There's
is
a
it?
Z Y. There's a Z and a Z sub 1.
What are her coordinates?
Yes.
Right. There's a
Yes.
coordinate. There's a coordinate, but it's all you can do is you can find it, but you can't. There's no way to get there. If that makes
I
sense.
think it's kind of like
How
how.
is cheese a coordinate?
Yeah.
Or,
Do you remember when we got the stone and we got like put in this weird like black area?
Yes.
Is it kind of like I think it's
You because of that, you at least understand that there's places out there that don't have a coordinate.
okay?
Does that make sense?
Yep.
Okay. So you have a full understanding that she's not
in a physical, I can travel their location right now.
Something beyond what I know.
Beyond, well, not even just what you know, just beyond where you can travel to on a ship. You would need more than a ship to get to where she's at.
Right.
Let's look at it that way. It's not, I mean,
Alright.
No, if it is.
Well, we need her to. She's integral to our success on the mission, right?
you do know that you need an pie. You do know that from the intel that you've received that there's an Inpie at the transmission station named Ton, not of the Yaw clan. Tanya is said to be there.
But
So that's all the intel. You guys do what you want to do.
But then our success would be totally hinging on A, finding Tanya, B, getting her away from Pedwar, Pedro, Anwar, and so I mean, there's a bunch of things that we would have to do before we could even start trying to find the artifact.
Yeah.
Whereas if we had our own Inpie, we could do that totally in parallel with trying to find/rescue Tanya.
Do we know why we need an Empire? Or do we just know we need one?
It's more of like it's more convenient than it is need.
Okay.
It's more because their race and their heritage has gone back so many hundreds of thousands of years that's why they're advanced. They're not advanced because they're super smart. They're advanced because they've been around for so long that they understand more. So it's more about it'd be just a lot harder.
You should go look at stuff there and just go like, oh yeah.
Yeah, I figured. Yeah, 100,000 years ago,
Versus us on our little data pad thing.
on a data pad you've never even seen before,
Yeah.
right? There's
What does this do?
and then there's
Computer.
being stealthy and
Computer.
leading people out. That's his thing.
Yeah.
Her like figuring these stupid little weird things out. That's her thing.
Trying to save the planet.
So,
For the species.
so what would you guys like to do?
I want to rock.
Dun, 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 dun.
I'm making that rock lobster.
Oh yeah, you rolled a 30 on rock lobster.
No, I rolled a 30 for finding.
I thought you were rolling for the rock lobster.
No, he's looking to locate her.
we should
So
roll
is
a
this
30 for
something
rock
because you
lobster.
do know what do you guys I mean what is your MO what is your plan? Talk to each other about what you guys want to figure out or what you guys want to do, and then we can go to the rock lobster.
Well, the last time we saw her was at the rec center, right?
Maybe we could ask them, hey, where'd that...
That's what I was thinking. Go back there and just say, hey, sorry about all that, but
It's like, hey.
yeah, we showered, we're all nice and clean now.
Smell
Where did
less
the
like the
sparkly ball of twine go? Remember her?
The one who was electrocuting that dude like the whole time.
Yeah.
Yeah. Yeah.
Alright,
Do
let's
we want to
go.
all do that, or just one of us go?
We can just all go, otherwise we might
We might all just disperse.
I'll get
Never find each other again.
We did shoot some poor fool in the face.
You've been tricked.
Yeah. It's like, whoa, stop.
Really?
No.
Yeah.
All right, let's do that.
Alright, so good.
Where are you headed?
Back to the rec center.
Without any problem,
And
you do walk by there. You do see a lot of pew pews as you're going. Pew pew.
Yeah.
We're all looking way better now, though.
Oh, you get and so you get a little bit more of. You have like the parental types trying to shove their kid in the back doors, but the kids are going. Pew, pew. Like they think you're cool, but they're like, no, you don't want to be influenced by that. Pew, 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 pew. Yeah, it's kind of like there's this weird.
Talking gay.
Yeah, they have this desire to be you right now. Not the parenting folk.
They stay in school, don't do drugs.
Yep, that's what you're getting from the parents. So as we are, let's do this. What is this? So as you, that was on
Look at
purpose.
this. Oh my god. I love
Is this
it.
a dating game?
You haven't been there for just about an hour or two, or a day sect or two. And as you flow in there, it's very clean. As clean as it can be. There's no fish guts. The fixtures have already been replaced.
No smears of bodies dragged
Nope.
across the floor.
It's all been cleaned up. You still see the two. You see Ronco and the gal sitting right next to him. They just have their kind of data files and old school paperwork. But in the corner, they got some small little, like, almost jazzy kind of band just playing. It's a trio. Got a little horn going and a stand-up bass.
Why that's so
Just standing in the corner. I mean, it looks like you might recognize it as a bass, but it doesn't look like one. It's almost an organic instrument. So a bass. We can make it a bass.
Well, I dropped the bass.
But you see them over there. They're just livening it up. And that's the gal that's sitting there. You know, the one that had the thing for Jaya.
Joy and the boss.
Jaya and the
Is there
organic
anybody else
boss.
in here besides those two in the band?
No. No guards. Nothing.
Okay.
And did you want to make your rock lobster before you go in there?
Oh no, I'm making it out of the ground in there.
Inside?
Yeah.
Okay.
You fucking up their ground?
Yeah, as you're walking
Rocks
in,
the ground.
it's all that. It really is. It's that composition almost. If you can find an equivalent to it, it's that old school 9 little tiles that are in there that you see in like really old convalescent centers. That's what you're seeing on the floor. So you want to make it out of that?
Yep.
Okay. I wanted you to roll for it.
Oh, like those, like the linoleum
Well, it's actually,
12
yes.
inch by 12 inch.
They're actually, they're made of asbestos, actually.
Oh, yeah.
The ones that I'm thinking of in
Yes.
my head, but yes. The 9x9s are asbestos. Drop some flooring knowledge on me. If it's 9x9, it's asbestos. It was made before 1974, maybe 75. It's made of asbestos. Some flooring knowledge. Dropped. I think it was
That's big. That's a 25. What
So
power
you're
level
trying
is
to
that?
make, what are you trying to make?
A lobster.
rock
A lobster. So,
A sea bug.
are you right in the middle of it, right in front of them, or are you doing it boldly or in the corner somewhere?
Just in front of them.
Just in a corner.
Okay,
Like, come on,
so
Ross,
as you guys are approaching, okay, so you're approaching. They got some music playing on the side. Oh, and I didn't loop it, so let me fix that. Because we got to make sure that's looped.
Yeah, we need this shit looped.
I didn't loop that one. There we go. So I'll hear that more often. But it has that eerie feeling as you go in there of a convalescent center. That's why it has that. It's like it's weird. There's a draft. But in the corner. They got some music playing, trying to lift up morale. And you're walking straight in there.
Ooh.
I'm very in
Yeah,
stress.
there's some creepy stuff in here. Yes, it's just them two and the quartet, the trio, the quartet of three, because the stand-up bass is an organic creature, so there are 4, but it's still a quartet of 3. I did, but that's how I totally did, but that's kind of funny.
Every once in a while. Ow.
It's like that's
Ow.
that's in the key of that freaking hurts.
That's the key of complaining.
But you walk up pretty boldly. You guys are walking right up to them there, and you just decide to take a knee and start to conjure up and create some sort of creature. And the tiles start to move. Then they bubble up and move in. What kind of creature are you trying to make? One like Puppy
Yeah.
or an actual lobster?
You know what? I'm going with a lobster.
Okay. So as a couple of the tiles start to come up off the floor, he's working on it, and they start to crack. And they start to form a couple claws. And that's all you see for now, and you're still working on it, but you do see the couple of claws working on here. It's still in motion. It's coming. It just takes a little bit of time.
Yeah.
But the claws are made, and the other stuff is starting to form. And you guys see what's going on in front of him. Ronco looks up, looks over at the horn, goes back to what he's doing. You see the other gal, she's looking over at the horn and everybody that's playing and just kind of like, huh? Right. She's totally distracted. She just wants to hear the music. Just under her breath, she's kind of delusional right now. What do you guys want to do?
I have a question. So, what power level is this? Because this can go from 4 to 9. And I rolled a 25.
Is it 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9?
4, 5, 6, 7, 9.
Okay. So if you rolled a 25, that'd be a full 9 then. No. What power do you have available? I think you can only go up to 5.
It's energy, so I have a 5 in energy.
Okay, so it'd be full power level of 5.
Okay.
Because you rolled anything a 20 and over would be a power level of 5.
Okay.
So full power level of 5. So that'll give you your stats, right?
Yeah.
Okay. Once it's graded, your power level of 5 will work.
Well, I'm going to walk over to the delusional lady and just ask, hey, sorry to interrupt.
Oh, you're not here. They'll keep playing.
Okay. Do you remember the other one that was here, the other one of our group?
Yeah, the cute one?
Yeah. Where did she go?
Oh. She?
Who is she?
Jaya's a she?
Not Jaya.
Oh, he
No,
was
just
cute.
earlier.
I like Jaya. He's sweet.
Total dreamboat, am I right?
He's right. He really was. Like if I was a river, he could float my boat. He was
Okay.
dreamy.
I meant like from like an hour ago.
Oh, the sparkly little
Sparkly,
thing.
Oh, yeah, the one who was like.
She
Electric
left
thing.
with you guys, I thought. I mean,
No.
I don't really. The whole carnage thing where you guys are like, like killing things, not really my thing. I mean, it's necessary, but it's just not my thing.
I understand, but
So I didn't really pay
did
attention.
you or maybe Aroniko see where maybe she?
Oh,
We,
she left.
we're trying to
There's
find
only
her.
trying to find her. You guys lose people a lot.
Yeah, it's a thing.
We took Dayu from you pretty easily.
Yes,
It's kind of your thing.
We believe in open doors.
Oh, yeah, open door policy.
Mm.
Yeah, we call it. That's what we call it, but that makes sense. Well, I don't know if we can find him, but him, Jai.
Focus. Focus.
Stay on target.
Yeah, she's not here.
You might be able to help us do that.
Oh. Well, usually when you want to find information and traffic that's through Harpo. He usually does all that stuff. He knows where people go, right? You guys talk to Harpo, right?
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
His dick.
Well, yeah.
Yeah.
I mean, that kind of goes to. You don't have to say it, but it's definitely true. Kind of like Ronco. That's all you hear from him. He knows.
He knows he is.
We're together for years. He's just waiting for his pension. Whatever. But he's. I mean, if you want to track information, I mean, the thing is, I don't know if she's even. She's on our books, but I don't know if she's on his books yet. You guys have only been here for, a couple cycles, so.
We'll kind of look around. By the way, what's with the band here?
Oh yeah, right. They're one of my favorites. They're kind of local. They travel a little bit, but yeah, they're kind of my favorites. So I kind of have to have them play here when I'm feeling a little under not so happy,
Yeah.
and they make me happy.
I
They make
feel
you
it.
happy.
I feel it.
They make me happy,
Pretty good.
right? They make me happy. It's kind of selfish, but I like it.
Well, we should open this place up, let other people enjoy.
We opened it up to you guys, and then we just have to fight you, and that's not my thing.
We didn't want to fight.
It's just it's our culture, and it's not like it's my favorite thing about our culture, but
You can always change it.
I can't change my culture. I mean, I can't change my culture. But I can be who I want to be at least, and after the blood's cleaned up, I get to hear my band.
There should be more blood.
Yeah, you can see them every once in a while. They go on tour. You can look for them. Do you have your data pad?
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, just search the blowhards.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, that's
The
them.
blow hearts or blow hards?
Oh, hard. Like when something's not soft, it's
The
hard.
blow hards?
Blowhards. Yeah,
Nice. Definitely see
it's because of the horn player.
I bet.
He's almost as cute as Jaya. Yes, he's not. Where's Jaya?
Yeah.
I haven't seen him in a while.
Oh.
We'll tell him what you're looking for.
Give him my address. I'm pretty much here all the time. And I only have a few more, probably about 35 cycles, and I'll be gone. But I'll be somewhere else. We have to go to other islands, make sure that they're doing what they're doing. But Sparkly that you're looking for. The only thing I could tell you is Harville might know, but she left with you.
She got distracted.
Yeah.
Happens.
And she's the ditz.
She's
Okay.
not divulging any information. It's not like, and you're not even seeing that she knows much.
Yeah.
She's not hiding anything.
Yeah.
She doesn't hide anything. She's pretty much open about who she is.
All right, well, thanks for your time.
Oh, always.
Have fun
Oh,
with your blowhards.
I do. They're lovely.
Enjoy the hornplay.
They're lovely.
Bye. That was I kept smelling something minty. It's here.
Oh,
What is it? Is it gone?
go.
I kept getting like whiffs of mint.
Is
I'm
it?
like, what's happening?
It's from.
What
Is it
is
from
it?
Willie?
Mentos.
Oh god, no. God, it was minty shit. Where's Michael?
Okay, sidebar. When you were over in Ireland, Scotland, did you try Airwaves, the UK gum? It's at every convenience store. You can't get it in the States, but it's called Airwaves.
I may
It
have.
tastes like Hall's mentholyptus
No.
cough drops. You want to talk about strong gum? I put it in my mouth and I thought I was on medication. So I bought 2 packs.
It's like, oh, this is good.
It was Airwaves, I think it was. Yeah, it was Airwaves. I think it was called Airwaves. But yeah, I bought 2 packs. I was like, oh my gosh. They gave it to my kids. It was like, their eyes were like leaking. Yeah. It was very fun. It was fun. Yeah. So, gum. And don't forget Willie.
Shit.
Brought to you by Willie's Wares.
Oh, this was that sand flavor, my goodness.
Yeah, that could have been nasty.
Fuck.
But as you are going, as you're walking out, you hear that, huh? And Ronco,
Does he have a modern life?
he might. But that's
Does
in
he
a
have a
different
what?
life.
Modern life.
That's with a K,
I
not an N. So I think it might be a distant cousin. Rocco's modern life.
He has an okay modern life.
Yeah, it's an okay life.
Yeah,
It's not.
modern.
it's-
yeah.
Eh,
It's like above average modern.
kind of normal, average. Yeah, but Ronco does grab you by the arm. Do you resist? Just not aggressively. He's just doing his thing, and he goes. And he's not even looking up.
Wait, you followed us out? Or it's
No,
when we just
as you're
turned?
walking, before you get to the door, you're walking by the gal. This is before you get to the door. You're just walking by, and he grabs you by the arm.
Oh,
They-
I thought they were like behind a table,
They are.
and we were just like,
Man,
For
you
me
have
and
to
you.
stretch
Yep.
it.
and we
You're
just
like
turned.
Mr. Fantastic.
And as you turn, he reaches out.
Yeah, seriously. You got stretch your arm.
And he's still doing this. They're big fins. I mean, they're big fish creatures. So it's pretty easy. That's what it sounds like. Not. It's more like.
Alright, well, I'm like, I kind of like looked on my own.
And he's still looking down. He's not even looking you in the eye.
Mm-hmm.
Follow the coin. Then it goes back to writing.
You had the
Don't
point.
point that at me. It's got a nail in the end of it.
But that only you hear it. Because everybody's kind of walking out. And it's just a real quick. Follow the coin. There's no spirit. Stupid blowhards. Can't even concentrate.
He's blow hard. Blow hard.
Alright, I'll pretend like you didn't say anything and keep on going out.
Good.
I dance when I out. I
And you see the trumpet, the horn. It's not really a trumpet.
but it's a strange, not organic, but it's almost it's that same material that I was talking. It's almost metallic plastic, like you wouldn't even know what it is, but it's held like this, and there's a horn that comes out in the middle, and it has, instead of the 3 valves, it has 6, so it has 3 on each end. It's like a trumpet with 6 valves.
It's like a trumpet on steroids.
It's like a Dr. Seuss made it.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah, very much so. I really envisioned that. And he gives you the eye. He's like, hey, let's go with one. I was like, and he tried to do it inside of here. Inside of his solo. They're just, and you can tell they're just musicians. They've got not a care in the world. Very dirty. You can tell they've traveled a lot.
What should I say about musicians? No, I'm just kidding.
I'm a musician, so some days when you're on a bus with a lot of people,
With the wheels going around.
you have to
and
choose
around.
whether to play a gig or to bathe. I mean, let's be real. So,
You just need a PTA.
yeah, it's just you got to do what you got to do. That's where they're. But yeah, they give you a little like, hey, anybody that enjoys their music. So then they turn back to the gal that's there and start playing to her because she could care less about paperwork right now.
Okay, so once we're outside, is there like sort of a quiet, mostly private corner or someplace that we could like head towards? Because I want to take a look at this coin in a little more detail because I haven't yet, but I don't want people like looking,
Okay.
or at least seeing.
At this point, though, as you're walking out, he's grabbing you by the arm. Ronco's grabbing you by the arm. Gave you that secret there. She's dancing, talking to him. This asbestos tiled rock lobster
You got asbestos lobster.
has
Dude,
come
that's
to
deadly.
has come to formation. And do you want it to speak?
It clicks.
Can it only
Okay.
say lobster? It's like a fucking
goes-
like Pokemon.
Yes,
It's up
this
to
is
you.
a lobster.
It's like lobster.
It comes up and goes, Lobster Man.
Snap.
It definitely has a Jamaican accent. I mean, I'm thinking
Lobster
Sebastian
Man.
right now. And he goes, Lobster Man.
Home by the sea.
But all you hear in your audible is all you hear is the clicks. But translated, you hear lobster man. But it's clicks. So it's a language.
How big is
Yeah,
this thing?
man. I am the lobster.
It's like a lobster. I mean, it's probably, I mean,
Like an actual lobster size.
probably, yeah, 9 to 12 inches.
Hey, lobsters can get fucking huge.
Yeah, this is about a 9 to 12 inch. You know, it's not a huge.
You could 12 inch
But it's-
lobster, bro.
Yeah. You basically have a 9. It's in between 9
Probably
and
the
12.
size of this water bottle.
Yeah, that's
your
very close.
goddamn lobster.
But it has the little guys
You're
out there. And
fucking asbestos lobster.
you have an asbestos tile-based lobster that speaks in clicks.
And it's like a black and white checkerboard sort of.
Oh, it's that. You know when you go into the grocery store and you see it's not even a checkerboard. It's more of that little flecks of gray and black
Yeah,
and white and stuff like that. It's just. I'll get you a picture of a tile that it looks like, but it's that black and white and gray little specks all over it.
What is wrong with you?
The character sheet I just put in the chat.
And you get to have stats on that too.
Oh, I already did it.
You got the stats ready? Okay.
They're already in the chat.
Because you got a level 5, man.
You have a level 5.
Wait, it's a level
asbestos
5?
No,
lobster?
it's a
Oh, I
level
was
5
about to say.
of
Oh,
creation,
Jesus
right?
Christ.
Remember? It's your
This is
power.
detailed
Sorry, not
lobster.
level. Power level 5 creation. So it has certain stats for power level 5. So that's as high as you could actually create one at your level.
I was about to say, that's a scary lobster.
Which, if you would have leveled up,
Dire lobster. Fuck off!
I just want to put something out there for anybody that looks into Open Legend RPG. If you would have leveled up before you created this creature, you could have made it higher. Because you did level up.
Remember?
Yep.
So,
Well, no, he would have been.
yeah, because he has how many points to...
I've got.
He's at level 2 now.
I've
Yeah,
got
but
3
level.
points to
So-
spend, and if I change it to a 6, then it would.
Because he can add to that now, right? Oh
I
no,
wouldn't
level
have
3.
enough.
It's only level 3 you can go over to 6. Let's look at rules. Because I'm excited.
Because
Someone
to
in
get to
chat
5
said your mic keeps
was-
spiking.
Level
It
level
takes 6
level 0 or
points
1 you
to
can
make the score to 6. So I wouldn't have enough. Because when you level up, it only gives you
It gives you
3 more points to spend.
So a total
You
of
needed 6 more?
Yep,
Oh, 6 more.
6
okay.
more.
Okay. So maybe you want to
because that would be 9 attribute points,
Yep.
right?
Because I think
But
I
how
feel
many
like
attribute points do you need
It
to go from 5 to 6?
to go from 5 to 6, I need 6 of them. So
Okay.
I need to.
but you only have 3 now.
Yeah.
Okay, never mind. That makes sense.
No, 6 attribute points.
He only has 3. But in that specific
But if you go up a level, I thought it was you got
3.
You get. You get 3 feet points.
You get 1 per XP, right? And he's at level 1, so he had
No,
3
I
XP
thought-
to get there.
Maybe. There we go.
I don't know, I scrolled the wrong way.
I thought
There.
because there's level and experience, and I thought with every experience point, you got 3 attribute points,
3 attribute points and 1
feat point.
feat.
Right. So, but when you go up a level, that's 3 experience points. Is that right? Mm-hmm. So that would be 9 attribute points.
Oh, no. I'm not going up an entire level. I'm just going up 1 experience and it's getting me to level 2. So I'm only getting the 3 attribute points and the 3 feet
Because you already
points.
burned your. Did you already burn your?
I
other-
used them for.
See what I'm saying?
Oh, okay. You didn't save them.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Oh, okay. That's where I was.
If you, like I said, if you would have saved them,
You could have dumped 9.
But now I'm good at
6.
hacking, so it's okay.
it's like I gotta,
Because I have 2 experience.
do I
right
want to
now.
hack
I haven't
these
spent
data
them yet.
pads or do I want to build lobsters?
Clearly, I want to build lobsters.
What would be the most hilarious? I'm gonna do that.
Bummer. I'm spiking. I'm peaking still.
Peeking.
Peking duck.
Well,
Sounds really
can I find a quiet corner and check out my coin?
Crack order.
I'm gonna back up from my mic a little bit.
This is the corner that I do.
Absolutely. You have a rock. You have a very lethal, if it's sanded, rock lobster. If that makes any sense. So, what we're looking for is you are looking to check out a coin. It's when you pull it out. Are you pulling it? Just pulling it. You put it in a pouch of some sort.
In my pocket.
Okay. When you pull it out, it's perfectly clean. When you shoved it in there,
Oh yeah, I went to wash.
yep. So it is perfectly pristine, but it's still old. Not made of any substance that you've seen before or anything that's on this island. It's more of it's a metallic type. If you want to relate it to anything that you might know, it'd be like more of a nickel in your lineage.
Okay.
So, on top of it, you do see like an imprinting of almost like a mountain range of some sort. And in the middle of that mountain range, you see almost an absence almost like it would look like a swirl of a portal of some sort inside of it. And on the flip side of it, you're going to see two people exchanging almost like a transaction in like a farmer's market on the back side of it. It's almost like somebody exchanging coin for a fruit or a bale, you know, a basket of merchandise. So on the front you see like a mountain range, and then in the middle of the mountain range you see like it's almost like you could see it swirl into nothingness. And on the back you see it like a transaction between two people, two creatures. They're humanoid in a sense. They look similar to you, but they're not. It's an old coin, so you wouldn't be able to tell if it's a human, if it's something that. But it definitely has arms and some sort of head, making a transaction.
So this void thing that's on the other side of the mountain range. So are you saying that that's actually the way it looks on the coin?
Yeah, that's what
there's
the coin
literally a void in this coin.
Yeah, it's not a void into nothingness, but you can tell like
But it's part of the.
it's part of the
print.
imprint. Yes.
Okay.
It's not like it was used or punched or anything like that or worn out.
It's not like there's a little magic portal. In the
Yeah,
coin.
it just you could tell it's like them trying
It's an
to
impression of.
like a swirl
Okay.
to show that there's like something in the middle of a mountain.
All right.
Kind of like of a landmark of some sort of wherever that coin came from.
Okay.
And the backside is like the transaction of a basket of basically has like some sort of food and some sort of fruit or some sort of other substance. It doesn't look anything familiar to you because it's not like a banana and a bale of hay. It's something completely you wouldn't know, but you can at least understand that it's a transaction
Right.
on the backside.
If I saw this coin, would I be able to maybe locate it? Just like searching through my database. And like,
He's doing this
Yeah.
without you, so we don't know.
Do I recognize the mountain range at all?
No. You don't understand the creatures. You don't understand
How
everything.
big is the coin?
It's probably about. It's about the size of. It's about a 50-cent piece, but a lot thicker, like double the thickness. I mean, it's stout.
Okay.
It's decently small, but thick. Like it's meant to last.
Okay. Well, I'll call him over and say, so when we were, and just explain where I got it.
You explain it to them.
Yeah.
Tell them.
Yeah. So when we were fighting the guards inside earlier, and I tried to save the large guard who was spilling guts. Right before he died, he handed me this coin. And it seemed significant at the time, but I hadn't had a chance to look at it. And just now, while we were leaving, Ronco said, or implied, that to find Trillian, we should follow the coin. So there's, I'm going to show them, on this side we've got a mountain range, like some sort of portal thing. On the other side, farmer's market. Does this mean anything to you guys?
Dinner. Farmer's market.
Are you still inside?
Sorry.
When you can hear it?
No,
Because
I'm
outside you
outside.
can't hear it.
You guys have. You can still hear it. It's not a faint sound.
Even if
okay.
we couldn't hear it, I'd still be dancing.
They're outside. I mean, you can hear it outside of this
Mad beans.
center for sure.
all right,
All right, I'm just going to talk to you.
just completely. All right. Can I try to see if I know anything about where that mountain range might be?
Yes, absolutely. You're gonna have to do
While he's making that kind of thinking face, I'll pull out a little data pad. I'm like,
don't know if there's anything on here. I don't know how to use these things. But maybe there's something on this. You could search for this in here.
I could see you like biting it. Like, how does this work? Smack, smack. Punch, punch, stab, stab. You, Grip, do a learning check.
All right.
You want a bolster? Do you need
I got a
bolstering?
19.
Nope,
19.
you're fine.
Do you want a bolster?
I don't have anything to support it. I just rolled a d20.
I know,
So
but
if you bolster it, only thing it could do is explode.
Yeah.
Okay, so 19. Yeah, on that.
Mhm.
You do know that it's not from this planet.
Mm.
You do know that range is something that's not in your database, but looks similar to some of the mountain ranges, not of where you've been before, but something that you've studied. Something that Tanya mentioned at one point.
Mm.
That's as much information you've obtained. It's not verbatim. It's not like, oh my gosh, I know exactly where that is. Tanya talked about it. It's more like it's from a location that looks similar to something that Tanya showed you.
All right.
And we're talking like showed you in like a glyph or a projection.
Yeah.
You're like, oh, that looks very similar to this mountain range that I've seen in a picture that she's shown me.
Okay.
And it's definitely not, she didn't tell you what planet it was from, but it's definitely not from this planet.
All right.
Or the planet that you guys were on, you and Tanya.
All right. I'll just tell them. I know for sure it's not of this planet. I'm not 100% sure on what it is, or where it is, to be more specific. But all I can say is that Tanya has told me about it, and yeah, it's not from here.
And you hear this boom, 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 running up, kind of like, guys, and he doesn't even see anything, but guys, and you recognize him. It's Frank
Oh no!
Oh,
from the dock. Were you guys? Oscar left on the ship.
our ship.
No, your ship's fine. Buster's looking after it. It's fine. But he stole one. He said he was with you guys. He was working with you guys, right? Oscar? Big Grundle.
No, he was. Oh wait, was it Oscar or what's his face that came with us? Starting with like a C.
Oh,
Clyde.
no.
Oscar said he was working with you guys. He left.
Yeah.
He
Wait.
stole a ship and said he was trying to save your life. He was going to a station of something, 837 something. But he stole a ship and said he was going to save your life.
Is our ship faster than his?
I don't know. He took this little one. It's called the Lollipopper.
Our ship's faster. Let's go.
I can tell you just by the name.
He wanted to. He said, "I will save them." When he left and stole the Lollipopper and took off. You guys need saving?
No.
No.
He headed up north really fast. Well, for the Lollipop. It was quite a while ago. I was looking for you guys. But
Oh, Oscar was. Yeah,
He was the
Grundles
other
that
one
we
at the
helped.
bar.
Yeah.
Cliff was the other one.
Oh, it was Cliff.
yeah, Cliff was the one that she had an attachment to. Oscar was the one that you guys freed and was working with you.
and he left.
Was Trillian with her? I mean him.
Oh,
No.
Oscar was Mickey's son.
Yep. Remember Mickey that built all your stuff?
Yeah.
Oscar just left. He left and took the lollipopper and said he was heading to a thing. It had a number.
Was he alone?
Yeah. It's a single vessel. He's saying, I'm going to save their lives.
Because she's the one that Trillian
And left.
buds
Yep.
with, right?
And I don't think it's going to go very well.
No.
And we're going to end our session at that.
That's
Oscar left. Remember, we were waiting for him to get his wares together, get all of his stuff together, and he was going to work with you guys. Last thing he said though was he's going to save your life.
we probably should have checked this.
Yeah, probably.
We do own him. We freed him from slavery so he'd work for us for free. Right? But yes, that's where we'll go.
Who's going to save him?
I know I have a laughing. I do have a laughter track somewhere, and I just couldn't find it. Isn't that funny? I really do. I have a laughter track, and I couldn't find it. But thanks for everybody for watching, and thanks for a couple people that stopped in and commented on the way that we look. That's amazing. Thank you very much. Because it's really funny that somebody commented and brought up Even Stevens. Does anybody remember the show Even Stevens? I do.
I didn't watch it, but I know it.
I did. I'm a fan. I love that show. Shia LaBeouf. I'm still a fan of him. He is weird.
He's
He is-
weird.
he
I
is-
still
I
quite
still like him.
enjoy actual cannibal Shia LaBeouf. Love it.
He's great. I'm sorry. He's weird, and he's not weird in a bad way, though.
Well, he's done some weird things.
Like what? Compared to Screech? No, not so much. You know what I mean?
It's true.
It's like he's weird, but no, I enjoyed. Even Stevens was one of my favorite shows, and I was an adult when that show came out. So thank you very much, anybody that watched. Hopefully, we'll get some of this resolved. I don't know. We've got some things going on. We got some coins and statues or artifacts, and
And a lobster made out of floor tile.
oh
Yeah.
my gosh.
That's what really got us.
Asbestos rock fort.
We have an
lobster.
asbestos rock lobster. Asbestos lobster.
That's all you need in life.
I don't. I think if you had in my
like
current
something
life in 2017, if I had an asbestos lobster, I think I'm okay. I think I've arrived. I've become something.
I'm somebody.
I'm the owner of an asbestos lobster. All right. Well, thank you everyone for coming and enjoying this with us. We will see you on Tuesday for Infinity Tower, but make sure and come back and see us, new trippers, next Thursday, because I don't give a crap who you are. You can always find time to tabletop, people. Boom.
Boom.
Nailed it.
Drop the mic.
Nice.
Yeah.
Mic drop. Asbestos lobster drop.
Boosh.
Bye.